Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I'm going to be using crepe paper. More specifically, I do believe Maggie Holmes for my layout. This I did for a challenge at a Cherry on Top. One of them was a manufacturer's challenge and the other one was a scrap lift. You can see the original layout right there at the top right. I think that was from Deanna 13, but I'm not 100% sure. You can find it on the gallery at a Cherry on Top. Anyways, right here I'm going to go ahead and take out a couple pieces of paper and go ahead and cut the base elements for this page. You can see there's two strips that go vertically and a banner that goes horizontally. So I am going to go ahead and pull out some papers to do that. I love scrap lifting. I love to use sketches as well. It just makes the process so much easier for me. When you're a slow scrapper, those little tools help out a great deal. I am going to go ahead and ink the edges of everything. I do use the Vintage Photo Distress ink by Tim Holtz. It's the oxide distress ink. Right there you can see I pulled my title out already. It's a very long title, but I'm going to kind of put it down in a arc here in just a few minutes. Now, what I'm doing is, today is January 1st. I don't have any idea when this video is going to go up, but I'm trying to get all the layouts out of my vault. Like, when I do layouts, I video pretty much everything and I just stick them in an iris case and then I pull them out and do voiceovers on them. This one hasn't been in there very long. I did it on December 12th, so it hasn't been sitting in there very long, which stands to reason. That's why it was on the top of the stack. But I am, in 2019, my goal is to get all of these out of there. So the photos I'm scrapbooking, one of them is a selfie of Riley and I, and one of them is just Riley. She had come over one night. Man, I had a bad day and I was so cranky. I'm like, oh my God. And then she came over and she was so cranky. And I'm like, Riley, listen, Granny is not going to hold you all night long. But Granny did. I held her all night long. We just sat there and commiserated. So I just titled this Commiserating because that's what we were doing. I'm like, listen, girl, if you want to go in the other room, I will cry with you. I will. That's how bad my day was. We just kind of snuggled together and comforted each other. She didn't know she was comforting me, but she was. So there you go. I am going to have quite a bit of a journaling on here. Lots at the bottom. Right there you saw these particular thickers. I don't know. I think I picked them up at Tuesday morning and I didn't show you the pack, but the bottom of the R had kind of a loop-de-loo like that A does, and I went ahead and cut the loop-de-loo off. Now this is kind of funny because I had picked up some of those thickers guides, you know, where you stick your thickers on and you can put them in different shapes or different arcs. I didn't even pull those out. I just kind of eyeballed this one. It probably would have went by a little bit faster if I would have pulled out one of those thicker guides to do this, but I didn't. I actually totally forgot I had one of those. I'd picked one up before and I put it in a giveaway box, and then I found one a couple months later at Tuesday morning and picked it up for myself. Anyways, my journaling is going to be down here. I do it with a brown Staedtler pen, and the reason I use brown is because I inked all the edges with the Vintage Photo. I think it's always a good idea to have a brown pen in your stash, especially if you journal on your layouts and you like to ink the edges, because we don't always ink in black, right? So I don't really like it when, and I've done this before, ink the edges in brown and then write in black. I don't know why. It's kind of a hang up for me. Maybe I'll get over that in 2019. We will see. So the base of my layout is down, and I'm going to go ahead and go through some of these chipboard pieces from Maggie Holmes and kind of try and pick what I might want to use. That bit up at the top, it says XOXO, and then there's another piece shoot that is just pink with dark pink hearts, or a darker pink heart on it. I'm going to end up cutting that in half and kind of layering it. The yellow piece I put down there at the bottom right says delight in everyday moments, and you know, people are cranky sometimes every day, so there you go. I thought that worked pretty good. It is yellow, and you don't see a whole bunch of yellow on this paper, but that banner piece, it does have some flowers on there that have a yellow center. So that's how I was able to tie in that yellow piece. I'm also going to, well, right here I'm looking for something to ground this little bit that I'm going to have shooting out of the top. What I end up doing is taking that gingham pink and white pattern right there, that's one of the strips. I'm gonna just punch a banner shape out of it and stick it off the side to kind of put those other pieces at the top left on. Here I found a gold bow. I just kind of put it at a little bit of an angle and stuck it down right there. And down at the bottom I did pull out a label sticker, stuck a heart on it, and then put the chipboard back on top of it. Here's another heart piece. It is kind of a checked piece between gold and cream. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape under the right hand side of that heart because it's sitting on top of chipboard and I didn't want it to kind of hang. Where that banner piece comes out, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to cut this chipboard into 2 pieces. I do end up inking it, and I don't ink any of the other embellishment pieces, but the reason I wanted to ink this is because you could tell I cut it, and I kind of wanted to blend it in a little bit so it wouldn't be so obvious that these pieces were cut. I am going to layer up the XOXO, and then the hearts will go right underneath it. Now I do have that chipboard heart out right there. It's white, has a gold border. I play around with this. I really wanted to make that fit on the page, but it just doesn't end up working. I will use it on a different page here in the future, but it did not end up working for this page. Here I'm going to go ahead and stick down this gold sticker heart. I do pull out several gold sticker hearts and kind of scatter those around the page a little bit. You can see I'd already put one down there on that bottom right hand side label, which I had already told you about, and then I'm sticking them around Commiserating, and I'm gonna put another one right there just so that's just a nice little diagonal line right with those 2 hearts. I like that. Okay, I'm going to trim off the excess of this banner because I hung it over the side. And then I think I'm going to pull out the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Gold. Right here, I'm writing the date. Then the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Gold is going to come out, and I'm going to give that a splatter around the page. Not too much, but a little bit. I've done more. Alright guys, after I do that, I don't do anything else to this layout. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't make fun of this photo. I know it's awful. I know. I will see you next time. Bye guys.